Hello, welcome to Plymouth Today. I'm your host, Brandon Richie, and I'm evidently coming to you from Sherwood Forest. I don't know, that's the backdrop you decided on, huh? Okay, well, I think when they said like find something natural, it was not meaning, I think maybe like a blend of, so somebody's going to be watching this with like the volume down on their computer, and they're going to be thinking like, this is the classiest episode of Red Green I've ever seen. I feel like I should be today on the Bigfoot Hunter. You know what it reminds me of is in the 80s when you would go to like the basement of a church or another building in town to get your pictures taken by like Olin Mills or something. Yeah, and they would like have you pose like. It's quite a design. So, all right. Again, welcome to Plymouth Today. We have an amazing show today. We have the 2021 Blueberry Queen, Jayla Faulkner, is here, and so we're going to be talking to her about what exactly the Blueberry Queen does. We also are going to be talking to the Plymouth Paranormal Society and Investigations Administrator and Director, Rocky Whitaker. And so that's going to be exciting. We're going to talk about ghosts and all those things. I mean, we're at that time of the season. So, all right. And a few weeks ago, I had an opportunity to go out to the Marshall County Blueberry Festival and talk to a couple of people out there who help make things happen. The people who set up the rides, people who run the entertainment booths, and people who run someone who runs a sales booth. And so, well, what we'd like to do right now is go ahead and run that for you real quick. So let's head out to the Blueberry Festival. So I'm standing next to Blueberry Hank here at the Blueberry Festival in Plymouth, Indiana. And we're going to be talking to the people who kind of make the magic happen down here, the oftentimes forgotten people, the ones who put up the rides, the ones who run the games, the people who bring their goods to sell, and really make this festival what it is. So let's go meet them. Hello, I'm here with Pam, and Pam, you are from?
Key Largo, Florida Keys.
Key Largo from the Florida Keys. When you guys get done putting, like, say, this Ferris wheel together or whatnot, do you have like a bag of bolts that are just left over, and you're like, eh?
Sometimes.
Yeah. So it's just like when I build things at home.
Yeah.
How long would it take to get something like that done?
Oh, it only takes me 5 minutes to paint a sign.
5 minutes.
To paint whatever you'd like it to say.
Yeah.
You know?
I once helped my son paint a model car, and it took us 3 weeks. So I
Oh,
don't know
cool.
how that.
That sounds like a blast.
It wasn't for either of us.
I'm good at this. I've been doing it a while, you know.
All right, I'm here with Melinda, and Melinda, what do you do here?
The water gun.
The water gun. The water gun.
Fun at the water gun.
Yeah, and what can you win at the water gun?
Fabulous prizes.
Fabulous prizes.
As you can see.
How long have you been doing this?
My whole life.
Your whole life. Wow.
I'm 54 years old.
Wow. And so you
I
got
started
into
when I
this
was 16.
and I'm sure the stories that you could tell are absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And now, how far have you traveled around?
I've been all over.
You've been all over. You've seen the United States.
Just about.
Wow.
Except for Texas and California, I don't care to go that way.
Yeah, you're not, especially California. So one thing that you may not know is that she is the lady who, if you've ever watched Miami Vice, and well, who hasn't?
Opening.
The opening of Miami Vice as it comes on, she is the lady who's windsurfing during the opening of Miami Vice, who dips her hair in the water and whatnot. That's her. So I feel, first off, I got to say this. When I was younger and in school, I dressed like Sonny Crockett. Like I thought I was Sonny Crockett. Like no socks and the pastels and the jacket. So
Right, awesome.
that is so great.
Yeah, the beginning of Miami Vice.
Yeah. So, my beginning of Miami Vice,
Filmed
and then,
on Key Biscayne, Florida.
and you can come down to the Blueberry to Coconut Critters and see her live and in person. So.
Yes, and if you need my autograph, I'll give it to you. I'm
That's
just
right.
kidding.
But she may give you Don Johnson's number. So there you go. All right. Well, we're back and coming back from your backyard here. It would have been nice if someone would have said before they shot some of those videos, said something about my hair. I guess right now even it's like make sure that he let's make sure that hairpiece is on straight there. No, it's not. It's actually real. It's all natural, and yeah, there's no one to blame for that up there but me and the 42 colics that are in it. So, all right. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with the 2021 Blueberry Queen, Jayla Faulkner, right after these messages. So we'll see you then.
Hi, it's Miss Liz, and I'm here from the Plymouth Public Library to tell you that our Fall Reading Classic is in full swing now. You can come in, sign up for our reading classic, either the sports card section where you earn baseball, football, basketball cards, or you can sign up for the Pokemon section, and that one you get Pokemon cards, or there's Magic cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We have lots of cards to give away. This is a 4-week program. You sign up, you read 10 pages, and you get cards for it. Come on into the Plymouth Public Library this week to sign up to earn more cards.
Hello and welcome back, and I'm here with our first guest, our very first guest. This is the 2021 Miss Blueberry, Jayla Faulkner. And so, Jayla, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm not actually from Plymouth,
Yeah.
I'm from Bourbon. I attended Triton High School and I graduated in 2021. I have one younger sister, and in my free time I like painting.
Nice. Now, when you say painting, what do you like to paint?
I like to paint landscapes. My great-grandma taught me how.
Nice. And is that like oil painting? Or?
It is oil painting, yeah.
Really? That's fascinating. I have very minimal artistic ability, so I'm always fascinated by that. Okay, so what does it entail to be Miss Blueberry? What does that include? Like, what does it mean to be Miss Blueberry? What do you do? What does Miss Blueberry do?
To keep it short, I'm basically an ambassador for Marshall County. I attend local events and do interviews like this and just get the word about Marshall County.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you, being in the basement of the library on this show is a highlight.
Absolutely.
I've been trying to get out of here for a while. So anyway, and I'm going to keep looking at these cue cards that have nothing on them, by the way. So you graduated in 2021, and now what exactly are you doing?
Now I'm a freshman at Manchester University studying exercise science, clinical and rehabilitation sciences. In the long run, I want to be a pediatric occupational therapist.
Wow, and what exactly is that?
I'll work with kids doing gross and fine motor skills, teaching them everyday tasks so they can lead productive and fulfilling lives.
And what got you interested in that? Let me ask.
I've always loved volunteering and working with kids, just helping and serving others, and science. So this kind of just compacts it all into one job.
Nice. So now, when you were in school, when you were in high school, what did you do? Like, what extra things did you do in high school?
Oh, I was involved in many sports and activities. I was the president of Science Club, vice president of Student Council. I was in Spirit Club, Art Club, Spanish Club, and then I participated in basketball for 2 years, track and field for 4, volleyball, and cheer.
Wow. So you've been busy,
Very busy.
And now you can include Miss Blueberry in that.
Yes, I can.
And so let me ask you this, because if anybody's watching this that doesn't understand this process, what's the process to become Miss Blueberry?
So Miss Blueberry is a scholarship pageant held here in Marshall County. It's held at the Argus High School. Basically, you go through all the steps of a pageant. You have interviews, self-expression, an evening gown portion, and at the end, hopefully get some scholarship money.
Nice. And it comes down to like how many girls does it actually come down to?
So you get down to a top 5, and then you answer a on-stage question. It's very impromptu. You don't know it until you come out because you're hidden in a back room.
Yeah.
And the judges, I mean, if you're not far enough ahead by then, the judges really crack down on the winner right at that moment. So.
Really? So if it comes down to like say the final 2, do they have you guys like arm wrestle for it? That would be.
I'm afraid we do not arm wrestle for it.
Thumb wrestle at least. Anything, any
Yeah.
competitive thing that you could. And your background in sports, you would probably have the advantage. Yeah. So yeah. Now, did you have to usurp or get rid of the last Blueberry Queen? Was there like an ushering off the stage of like, get off, it's my time
Like
now?
push
Yeah,
off?
like
No,
just-
absolutely not.
Oh.
Abigail's been so sweet and so helpful. Any questions I've had, she's answered. She did her final walk, and
Now, where was her final walk at?
she walked across the stage. She did her final walk and then crowned me.
Yeah.
And
So next year in 2022, you're gonna have to do your final walk and crown
I
someone
am.
else.
Yes.
And what's that gonna be like? Is it?
I think it's going to be very emotional. I've really found myself enjoying my time here in Marshall County and just getting to represent it. And hopefully I'm a good ambassador for Marshall County, and someone says I have big shoes to fill.
Well, let me just say this. I'm just throwing this out there. You could send it right back or not do it. I think you should fight for the crown.
Fight for the
Yeah,
crown?
you should just not relinquish it. You should just
Yeah.
hold it and be like, no.
Yeah. I actually don't put it on her head.
Yeah, you put it on your head. Yeah, because whoever's wearing that crown at the end is actually the Miss Blueberry.
At that moment, yeah.
And you can just push another person off stage.
Oh gosh.
And you were at Little Miss Blueberry.
I was.
That was one of your duties, is being there at Little Miss Blueberry. And seeing all these kids come up and parade across the stage and whatnot. Were there any kids that you were just like, ugh. Just one of those.
I actually really enjoy working with kids. Some of them were a little bit of a handful. I had to corral them in.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
But-
So no, I mean I get it. My wife worked with kids for many years, and it was always a treat. So now what else are you going to do? What's the rest of your year look like?
So the rest of my year is filled with parades and volunteering opportunities, and then in November, I will compete in the Miss Indiana State Festivals pageant, which is the Marshall County Blueberry Festival pageant, but taken to the state level.
Yeah, so there's all the festival queens from around come together.
Absolutely.
And it's one big, and I think the final of that one is where the arm wrestling happens. So you're gonna
Yes.
you're gonna want to.
That is the one we arm wrestle for.
So you're gonna want to kind of pump up on that.
Yes.
And I know a guy that may be able to help you juice up a little bit. I hear their testing's pretty lax on this one. So what kind of student were you in school? I'm just thinking, like for all of these, were you a good student?
Absolutely.
Like just what I
Yes.
thought. So that's something for people to strive for, or young girls to strive for. If they ever have a hope for this, part of this is it's not just getting up there and standing there. They look at other areas. They look at how you are as a student. They look at how your poise is, but they also
Absolutely.
your attitude and whatnot. And so obviously it's because there is a category, if I'm not mistaken. There is a category. It's called like Miss Best Attitude or Miss Friendly or something like that. In that
Miss Friendship.
Miss Friendship. There you go, Miss Friendship, and and so, but the Queen, she has to embody all of those things.
All the categories.
Yeah, all the categories, not just one, not just friendship. Has to have all of them. So and Jayla Faulkner, she had all of them. So there you go. But so now, how long are you going to be in school?
Hopefully 5 years. I came into college with a lot of college credits
Nice.
from high school.
Yeah.
Grades definitely came first in high school. I was in a lot of activities, but
That was very,
school
very,
was always first.
very, very smart. Anyway, you have now you work with Leanne Center.
I do.
Correct.
She is my pageant director.
She's your pageant
She's my
director.
go-to girl
Yeah.
for all things blueberry.
And so, and she's great. I
She's
mean, Leanne,
amazing.
she's very organized, on top of everything. And if you don't know Leanne, that is Mayor Center's wife, and so very organized, very sweet lady. Yeah, she was my swimming teacher when I was in school. So.
Fun fact, she still is a swimming instructor.
Yeah. Yes. So that's a passion and a love of hers, and so she also was. She was again my oldest daughter's tumbling coach when she was like in preschool.
So she's done it all.
She's done it all. She's done it all, and now she's guiding these young ladies in this pageant, and so. Well, to be honest with you, we couldn't be more proud of you and of everything you've accomplished, and just the best wishes to you in school
Thank you
and
so much.
graduating. It's been just a pleasure being able to talk with you. And really, here's a fun fact: the last two Miss Blueberries have come from the Bourbon area.
We have.
Yeah, from
the
Triton
last
School.
Miss Blueberries and our court, which I think says a lot about Triton.
Yeah, we do. We want to throw a plug in there
Yeah.
for Triton. But very, very impressive. And you are a very impressive young lady.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you. Jayla Faulkner, everyone, the 2021 Miss Blueberry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, it's Miss Liz, and I'm here from the Plymouth Public Library to tell you that our Fall Reading Classic is in full swing now. You can come in, sign up for our Reading Classic, either the sports card section, where you earn baseball, football, basketball cards, or you can sign up for the Pokemon section, and that one you get Pokemon cards, or there's Magic cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We have lots of cards to give away. This is a 4-week program. You sign up, you read 10 pages, and you get cards for it. Come on into the Plymouth Public Library this week to sign up to earn more cards.
Okay, well, welcome back to Plymouth Today, and our next guest is a dear friend of the shows, and I got to tell you, if you want someone who is charismatic, who's got a dynamic personality, and just as entertaining as all get out, this is not your guy. But this guy he's the administrator of the Plymouth Paranormal Society and Investigation. And so we're going to talk to him a little bit about that, and just the wackiness that is and surrounds the one and only Rocky Whitaker.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? My goodness, it's a loaded crowd here today. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
How have you been?
I have been a box of fluffy ducks, wouldn't you know?
What exactly is a box of fluffy ducks?
Well, it's a box. It has a little bit of ducks, and they're fluffy, and everything's nice. So I feel nice, and it is good to be here. Thank you for having me here on Plymouth Today. It is today.
It is today, and we are in Plymouth.
I am excited, and I'm looking forward to our conversation.
All right. Now, I want to just, before we get into anything, we've known one another for many, many years. We actually, a lot of people would not know this, but we went to the school together.
We did.
You were a year behind me in school.
Mm-hmm.
And,
As you can see, I'm way younger and prettier than our host, but
well, that's,
you know. But no, Knox High School. We are Stark colonists. Don't hold that against us, but no, I graduated class of '94. This man was class of '93. We had many adventures, and we didn't talk a lot in school.
So we didn't talk for a while. I didn't see one another. We had a run in. We ran into one another, and
At your store?
at the store that I owned at the time, and it was his own. The time that he's come, the wind has brought him back into our lives.
Yes. Well, this one's going to last. It's going to be great.
Well, we'll see how today goes.
Yeah, true.
So let me ask you a little bit about the Plymouth Paranormal Society and Investigation.
Yes.
What is all this? What is this?
Well, the Plymouth Paranormal Society and Investigation, or as I like to call it, the PPSI. It is. It's a group that I wanted to start because whether some people believe in it or not, I've always been a proponent of the paranormal existing, such as, not necessarily vampires, werewolves, golems, like a Frankenstein or anything like that, but just, things that go bump in the night, the mysteries that can't be explained. Because if you take the word paranormal, it's a normal, but it's like para, so it's different than normal.
Well, that this interview is kind of like a mystery that can't be explained.
Hence the paranormal.
Anyway, so we have the movie Ghostbusters is
Yes.
coming back, and so
It is.
there's a good chance that this is going to be kind of on the thoughts, the minds of everything. It could be a big blockbuster.
Well,
and so now, how do you get this out to the people? Say there's somebody out there interested in the as you called it, the PPSI.
yes, the PPSI.
PPSI. If someone's out there interested in the PPSI, where would they find a way of doing this? So.
Well, what we're doing right now, we are starting to. It's a startup
Sure.
deal currently. So if you have a problem with ghosts, goblins, or things that go bump in the night, please contact us on our Facebook page, the Plymouth Paranormal Society and Investigation. Drop us a line. Like the page, like and share with your friends in case they're haunted, and we will definitely want to include other members, and if it's something that society and investigation is part of our deal, so if you actually do need something investigated, we can investigate for you, because that's what the PPSI does.
Do you have a problem with things going bump in the night?
Not necessarily bump, but sometimes I hear a or something like that in the night that I'm not a fan of. So,
Well, I tell you, as I've gotten older,
Yeah.
there are a lot of things that are
yeah, they go creak when
yeah.
you get up. Oh,
it's not creaky.
Yeah.
Now I hear it throughout the night. So that with this, now let me just say, because we're here in the luxurious Plymouth Public Library.
I love what he's done with the basement.
Yeah, it's you know what, the budget is astounding here. So
For budget.
yeah, the budget for this show is just anyway. So there are some people who would like to think that the library in and of itself is haunted.
Really?
Yes, there are some people who would like to think that the library itself is haunted. They've seen things, they've heard things, yeah. So
things, pronouns, pal. What are we talking about?
oh well, I don't know. There's things I guess.
They go bump?
Things that go bump. I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know. I myself never seen anything. Never heard anything go bump here at the library. That wasn't supposed to go bump. But they, yeah. So, and I have heard. I've heard through the grapevine, word on the street.
Ah.
Or as like by
The
street,
street.
just by street, I mean that little hallway by the fireplace
Upstairs,
upstairs.
yeah.
So word on the street is that
Yes.
that maybe there's a little okay. So maybe not paranormal, maybe extra normal. Maybe that's
Okay. Extra normal.
extra normal.
I have to say I hadn't heard that. In the Plymouth area, or I should say Marshall County, I mean, a lot of people have heard legends of some of the haunted areas, such as the cemetery out on their way to Culver, between Culver and Argus. That little cemetery out there. I don't have my notes in front of me, so I can't remember what it's called per se. And then
Now,
other little.
is that Little Egypt? There's a place,
That might be.
There's a place called Little Egypt right here. I've heard people talk about. Also on the street at the little hallway in front of by the fireplace. I
Yes.
get all my information from the hallway in front of the fireplace there at the library.
We don't judge it.
So anyway, okay, this cemetery. What have you heard about this cemetery?
One of the pictures on the tombstones, and I'm not going to say any names because I don't want people out there nosing around or for messing around with any of the tombstones or anything like that, because that's just disrespectful, and we don't go in for that here at the PPSI. There is a picture on one of the tombstones out there that is fabled to change at certain times of the evening, as in the picture itself will change into a more of a, I guess for lack of a better term, a demonic type picture. There have been different sounds, different things noticed out in that cemetery. So that's just one example of some of the haunted places in Marshall County. If you go into our Facebook page, we will be adding different little stories. We will be adding little anecdotes about Marshall County, and specifically the Plymouth area when it comes to hauntings. But this is very interesting when you're talking about the library. I've been coming to the Plymouth Library for quite a few years. I have walked the street in front of the fireplace upstairs, and I have not heard this scuttlebutt.
Scuttlebutt.
Yes.
That's a whole different society.
Yes,
So
yes, that's the
that-
Argus Scuttlebutt Society.
Yeah, that's going to be next week. We'll have that guy on next week.
Yeah, there's a lot of harumphing. But no, I hadn't heard that, so I am kind of interested. And since we are here, maybe we can take a little tour and do a little investigating of our own. Who knows?
Yeah. So anyway, they
This is weak coffee, by the way.
that coffee might be a little paranormal. So,
It could be.
So
It's definitely not normal.
Okay, let me ask you.
Yes.
What is someone to do in your if they hear things going if they hear things going bump in the night, or they hear anything extra normal, if they
Yes.
hear anything out of the ordinary in their homes, what exactly should they what should their response be?
Well, first of all, you have to make sure that there's no physical threats. I would always carry some form of blunt instrument. I have
Stop.
I'm just saying I have a golf club over there just in case that something pops out at you. But no, in all seriousness, use your discretion. When it comes to things that go bump in the night, sometimes it may be an errant cat that's looking for a dinner out of a trash can, or possibly my Uncle Paranorman, who could be out there looking for his next meal.
Oh,
But,
Uncle Paranorman.
Oh, yes. But no, to be honest, it's everybody kind of relax.
We don't want to know what's going on if Uncle Norman's going bump in the night.
No,
That's
Uncle Paranorman is
probably stay away from that one.
Yeah, he smells very weird. But no, in all honesty, we always caution people, because there's going to be a lot of skeptics out there who...
There might be a couple here.
Yeah, there might be. Who don't really believe into the whole paranormal existence, the existentialism of ghosts and things like that. So some people may not even register when they hear something. It's like, oh, it's just probably this or probably that. But if there are any other instances, I've always said leave that to the professionals, or at least the amateurs who are trying to be professional. That's something that we could look into for you. There are plenty of other paranormal societies that are in the actual area. I don't know if you knew that or not. And I'm just kind of opening up a chapter now here in Plymouth to educate people when it comes to this type of subject, and also to do investigations on our own, and possibly even get a show on Lifetime.
Oh, yeah. You and Melissa Gilbert hunting ghosts. That sounds entertaining.
Hey, Little House on the Scary.
Hey, try the veal.
Yeah.
We'll be here all weekend.
You need a band.
I do need a band. That also not in the budget to get the band in here. So we have maybe just a keyboard player or an accordion player.
Well, the PPSI can loan you the 10 cents we have in our car for it, so, don't worry.
So it's something I guess that interesting. I don't know if you've heard of this or not, but about a year ago, because what I've discovered in preparing for this to talk to you is there's all kinds of technology that they're using in this field now. So because there seems to be a growing number of people who are I don't want to say taking it serious, more so now, but more so taking it this serious.
Well, it's becoming, I think, through our studies, we've seen that the wall separating the living and the dead is starting to get weaker. So it could be something to where you have a lot more things peeking through into our existence. I don't want to get all existential, but pick up The Secret. It's here at the library. But no, in all honesty, there have been a lot more sightings, and I think people are becoming more sensitive to it as there's more strife in the world. And as any good person will see a movie, strife always brings a ghost. So
You don't want strife.
no.
Strife's
not a nice person.
Strife, evidently, according to the PPSI, brings ghosts, and all strife also brings unwanted guests, family. And
gray hair.
And gray hair. So, I don't want strife. So anyway, so the technologies come into this, and they have you obviously know what 3D printers are. I think
Yes.
we know, and we you know what? Here's a little plug. We have a 3D printer here at the library. So, but they've 3D printed. They found a mummy. Okay. And they 3D printed the vocal cords of a mummy, and they can hear what the voice of this mummy would have been like. I don't know if you've seen this or not.
I have not.
Okay, so
But I sure am interested.
We got this queued up here. We have this queued up, and so I'll let you see this.
Roll it in the truck.
All right, so here we go. Here's the
Scientists were able to mimic Nessie Amun's voice by recreating his mouth and vocal cords with a 3D printer. It allowed them to produce a single sound.
Can we do that?
Scientists were able to mimic Nessie Amun's voice by recreating his mouth
What's his
and
name?
vocal
Nessie
cords
Mundo?
with a 3D printer. It allowed them to produce a single sound.
So, what we are to assume from this impressive recording is that Nessie Mundo, or whoever the seventh member Menudo was, apparently was in pain when he was mummified.
Yeah, they got him right as the blunt object hit him. Like that was literally. Yeah,
A real mummy, folks.
A real mummy speaking right there. So.
I wonder if King Tut would be more like, oh. Since he was a king, after all.
Anyway, so.
Wow.
The PPSI, the Plymouth Paranormal Society and Investigation.
Yes.
And so you have a Facebook page.
We do. It's under Plymouth Paranormal Society and Investigation.
That's probably best.
It is. And like I said, this is just a startup. This is something, and I know we've been clowning a little bit here, but this is something that I've always had an interest in, and I'm hoping to attract like-minded people that have an interest in the Plymouth Paranormal Society and Investigation, PPSI. or if you have something that needs to be looked into, we can do that. And hopefully, with some of the newfangled equipment you're talking about, I have it on order from Wish. It should be coming in anytime.
Something tells me you're going to have the same type of sound as that mummy when you get that in your order in from Wish.
Yeah, 50-pound recorder will fall. But no, in all honesty, we are looking into investigations. So we are going to be expanding, and I'm excited about it. And I'm excited that maybe we can get to the bottom of some of the mysteries here in Marshall County, the Marshall County mysteries. So.
All right. Well, PPSI, if you're interested in Plymouth Paranormal Society and investigation, check them out on Facebook. I want to thank Rocky for joining us today. It was a pleasure seeing you, as always entertaining. And
thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be at.
And we will be right back after these messages. All right, well, we want to thank our guests, Jayla Faulkner, and Plymouth Paranormal Society and Investigations Administrator, Director Rocky Whitaker. And yeah, we want to thank you. So, and we want to apologize to Jennifer Aniston. The interview with Rocky went long, but we'll try to get to you real soon. So, we want to thank our ChromioCast and Plymouth Public Library and the Plymouth Paranormal Society and Investigations. And we hope you have a wonderful evening and look forward to seeing you again real soon. Thank you. Oops.